Hey guys, so when we left off just a moment ago, I was contemplating how best to show, not tell you, that Susanna came from a less wealthy family than her peers. So when we left off, I said I had already read to you. Beth asked Susanna, I thought you hated cheesy hamburger helper. And I showed you by saying Susanna's cheeks were flushed that she was embarrassed. Okay. And then I shared her response. So I elaborated on this. Beth knew how to get under Susanna's skin. It was bad enough that Beth seemed to have new Nikes every other week, not to mention that her book bag matched her pocketbook, which also matched her lunchbox. Susanna would have been happy to have a book bag that didn't come from Kmart. She would have smiled for weeks if she had a book bag and a lunch bag in the same stylish print. Every day when Susanna sat down, she could feel Beth's eyes look her up and down. And I'm going to pause right here to tell you that if I were doing an edit of this, obviously I wouldn't have sat down, look her up and down. Maybe I would change it from head to toe. But I'm treating this as if it was a quick write, which it was when I wrote it, and I want you guys to do the same. Beth had a way of making her even more self-conscious than she already was. Today was no different either. Beth's disdain with Susanna's clothing was quite evident, and her nose seemed to turn up even more than usual when she got a whiff of Susanna's current choice of lunchroom delicatessen. Anytime Susanna felt beneath her classmates, now in this last paragraph, and I've kind of done this in chunks, even though you're all seeing it together or mostly together, I decided that I wanted to re-emphasize the fact that Susanna derives her self-confidence from her academic ability. So I'm adding in this little piece right here. Anytime Susanna felt beneath her classmates, she quickly forced her mind back to the classroom. Her grades were typically better than her peers. So what if they had nicer clothes? Got a question mark there. She always made better grades than them. One day, those grades will get her a college education, which will buy her all the name brand clothes she could ever want or need. So that's where I've ended my story for now. What I want you to do for the rest of today is to finish out, maybe not even finish, but keep on with this scene. I want you to create 2, preferably 3. Some of you may be able to go all the way up to 4 pages. Now, just a reminder, your writing needs to be on the right-hand side of your composition notebook, and I prefer you to write in ink. Now, it's okay if you don't have a pen. Just forget that you have a pencil in your hand and don't erase, okay? So continue with your story. Again, please don't try a different story out for now. Maybe you can incorporate a different story scene into this story later on, but I want you just to continue with this, your character in an everyday scene, and see where it goes. What's your character thinking? What are they feeling? How are they reacting? Okay. Now, this is in our Google Drive, our shared Google Drive that's class of 2023. Give me just a minute and I'll pull that up for you. Maybe. Slowly but surely. Come on, getting closer. There we go. So under class of 2023, I've created a writer's workshop folder. In that folder, you'll find what I just went through, my scene. Again, I was picking up from what I did in my notebook. And then as well, how to write compelling fiction. So we've already gone over, guys, this part, excuse me. We've brainstormed lots of great story ideas. We've looked at small moments. We've looked at places, events, issues, struggles. We really thought long and hard. What stories do you wish existed in the world? Okay. Then we generated some traits. We did that last week. Okay. I thought about Susanna. I thought about what her personality was, where were her strengths, where were her weaknesses, what was her name, what were her parents like. I revealed a little bit of her wants and her challenges. Some of her wants are she wants to be with the in crowd, and her challenges are, well, maybe her parents don't have enough money for her to quite fit in with the in crowd. What is her attitude towards herself, or his, if you're writing about a male? And then the relationships with other. I briefly shared in this scene the relationship that Susanna had with Beth. I shared a different scene last week where Susanna, her relationship with her dad. But again, I want you to stick with one story idea, and I want you to follow it out. Don't try and go in a different direction. Just explore your character. And then look at your character's movements, their facial expressions, their tics, their style, their quirks. Susanna's got some quirks. She hasn't shown them yet, but she's got them. And then look at what your character does. Put them in the scene. What do they do? Show their feelings. We really can reveal a lot by including dialogue. And then further develop the setting. That's a part I would say I need to go back and add a little more. I didn't really develop the setting. And then try different points of view. You know, if you get 2 full pages of third person point of view in your scene, why don't you switch to first person point of view? What does it look like from your main character's point of view? Or maybe you want to go in a different direction altogether. Maybe you want to write it from somebody else's point of view. I could do it from Beth's point of view. It's always interesting to try that out. But anyway, you've got all of your second class with me today to work on this, and I want 2 to 3, a minimum of 2 full. Now, when I say two guys, I mean 2 full top to bottom of your journal page. 2 full pages and a minimum. I'd really love to see you go 3 or 4. And then I will check this tomorrow. This will be your homework, okay? We're not doing anything with all the broken pieces or Brown Girl Dreaming today. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a great day. Bye.